It's nearly 4 in the morning, I said. You should really go to bed, I said. But then I realized just what the great sages meant when they say, just one more game. Welcome back, good viewer. This is the Skyrider, and the journey to 12 continues, my friends. We're a rogue this time around, and our first game was clearly successful, with a very buffy sort of deck that relies a lot on maintaining board control, I think, because it has a lot of card draw and a lot of buffs. Doesn't have a vast amount of removal or taunt though, so I'm very reliant on being able to trade effectively. Until I can get Ysera out and burn everybody to death with the Emerald Dream. I love Ysera. Ysera, however you're supposed to pronounce it. But anyway, my friends, let's roll into game 2. Yes, Rogue is an interesting class. It's not one I've had much experience of, but it is very tricky, as one would expect. The first class I ever played in WoW was a Rogue. I main as a Warlock now, but I do have a soft spot for Rogues. Unlike that orcish bastard. Okay. Another pretty good opening hand. I don't, and Acidic Swamp Ooze, of course, will be exceptional against a warrior. Do I want to play the questing? I don't really want the questing adventurer to begin with, because again, a questing adventurer is a 3-drop that you don't really want to play on turn 3, because it works much better when comboed with other cards. In fact, I'm tempted to mulligan all of these, because again, Cold Blood's not that useful at the beginning. What do we get? Not bad. Not bad at all. I'll take that. So, what have you got, Garrosh? You have got a Southsea Deckhand. Okay. So, I don't want to spend a backstab on that, and if I play the Swamp Ooze, it'll just trade with it. Hence, we hit it in the face with a dagger.
Here we go.
2 damage, but it was going to do 2 damage anyway if it was going to be played on turn 1, so nothing that could be done about that. Not unless I wanted to use a backstab, and I didn't really, because it's kind of a, well, it's not a waste as such, but it's just, you know, it's a Southsea Deckhand. You know, ask yourself that, good viewer, do you really want to spend that on a Southsea Deckhand? I know I wouldn't.
Here we go.
So, we're just going to do this, because if it were any other class, I would play the Swamp Ooze, but it's a warrior. And warriors have the nastiest weapons in the game. Nastier even than Rogue, and Rogue have some pretty nasty weapons on their hands. Interesting. Interesting. I am going to backstab that. Then I'm going to take 2 more damage.
Here we go.
And I'm going to play my own Harvest Golem. That's what I'm going to do. I always think I do tend to play like that, I must admit, viewer. I do tend to take a lot of early damage with these sorts of classes if it allows me to maintain board control. Because I do believe if you can maintain board control early on, then you're not exactly laughing, but it does help a lot. 2 damage to me, okay. I think I know exactly what I'm going to do here. Alright, I could Raid Leader, that's the other choice. But I'm going to take 2 damage from that Berserker anyhow, so it's basically a choice between Raid Leader or Fan of Knives. I think in this scenario, we Fan of Knives. We do that, and then we do this. And we get Ysera out of it. Beautiful.
Here we go.
And of course the warrior is still in head on health because of armor up. But that's fine. We'll allow the bastard to keep going.
Do you like to play with fire?
No, I do not. Oh dear, that's not good. Because then that happens. And then that forces me to trade my damaged golem, unless they've got another spell for 0, which I very much doubt they do. I think this warrior, well, of course it could just be because they had shield block, so they wanted to have shield block, but I don't know. Because you definitely can tell if the warrior's going for the long game, particularly with all their armoring abilities. So, I think here... So many options indeed. I think we do this. And then what do we do? Do we Silvermoon Guardian? With this amount of mana, yes. We Silvermoon Guardian. Silvermoon shall not fall. A blood elf representing a blood elf. I believe Valera is a blood elf. I'm pretty sure she is. Because it was interesting, I was thinking about this the other day. There's a very... I mean, you should probably expect this, I suppose, from a Warcraft game, but there is a very big orcs and humans bias in this, in the hero representation. You have 3 humans in the shape of Jaina, Anduin, and Uther. You have 3 orcs in the shape of Garrosh, Thrall, and Gul'dan. Then you have a Night Elf in Malfurion, a Blood Elf in Valera, and a half-orc ogre in Rexxar. In a rage. Okay, I assume you've got a backup to that. You do. Arcanite Reaper. And, yeah, you're going... Interesting. You didn't want to do that, I'm sure. I'm certain you didn't want to do that, because... That... Yeah, because you wouldn't have taken the extra damage there from the inner rage if you could have avoided it. Right. Fortunately, I have the perfect play for this. Now is the time for the Questing Adventurer. And Acidic Swamp Ooze. That's why I keep it around, good viewer. Acidic Swamp Ooze shuts down weapon strategies like that. It's beautiful. Of course, yeah, and like, you know, I'm happy to... Arcanite Reaper does only have 2 charges, but I'm happy to use the Swamp Ooze on that. I think that's fine. 2-2, okay, 2-2 weapon. What are you going to do? You going to hit the Swamp Ooze? You're going to hit the Swamp Ooze. Go on, you know you want to. Yeah, thought so. And 3 mana left. What are you doing with that? Just going to armor up. How much mana do I have next turn? 7. Okay, I can do any number of things with that. Raid Leader and... Which of one of my 3/4 costs? Sunwalker. Could play the Sunwalker, actually. Sunwalker wouldn't be a terrible move here, actually. Because it does protect my... Because it still buffs up my Questing Adventurer.
I wonder...
Because... Yeah. You know what? More I think about it, and it provides me with a wall... And if they had to do Inner Rage and Weapon to get rid of the whatchamacallit, the Silvermoon Guardian, then it makes me think they don't have enough removal for something like this. Ding! And we'll just keep letting our Questing Adventurer ding. That's the thing. Questing Adventurer is like Flesh-Eating Ghoul. They're not that good as, like, instant 3-drops, but if you can play them later, then they just snowball insanely. I mean, well, I suppose Flesh-Eating Ghoul does that at any stage of the game if you've got a lot of minions on the field. Because that's how you buff the Flesh-Eating Ghoul, of course, and Questing Adventurer naturally just snowballs insanely if you're not careful. What are you going to do? You've got 8 mana and 4 cards and a 2/1 weapon. And your 3/3. Which will trade with anything I have on the field currently. Okay. You're pretty desperate to pop that Divine Shield. What else do you have? Cruel Taskmaster, yep, okay. So you're going to trade there. That would make sense. Yep. To be expected. And you're armoring up, which makes me think you haven't got anything else. No, you don't. Okay. Ooh, that would be mean. That would be very mean, and I very much want to do that. That would be so cruel. And I'm going to do it. Shattered Sun Cleric. +1, +1. +2, +2. Oh, that's mean. That's mean, and I'm not sorry. Gnomish Inventor. Oh, it's just snowballing so hard. Oh, do I want to hit it in the face? No, I don't, because he might have an execute. Mind you, if he had an execute, he probably would have used it by now. But let's keep up that pressure. Because warrior removal is not brilliant. That's the thing about the warrior. Knife Juggler, okay. Acidic Swamp Ooze, okay. Oh, I feel sorry for people when that happens. You must, okay, you must have an execute. Yep, okay, you do have an execute, that's fine. Quest failed. Not at all, Questing Adventurer, you did very well indeed. Okay, what have we got? He's got one card, they've got one card in their hand, sorry. And no very powerful monsters on the field. In fact, I intend to clear the board. So, and they've spent a lot of removal getting rid of that adventurer. I think it is time, good viewer, for the green aspect herself.
I dream and the world trembles.
She dreams and the world trembles. The green aspect, Ysera, good viewer. So, trade with that and get rid of that. And what dream card do I get? Ysera Awakens. Good as a board clear, but not as much else. Particularly good if your opponent... Ooh! Speaking of which, good viewer... Oh! Oh! Oh, I'm going to be mean. Because that is perfect. That is completely perfect, good viewer. Oh.
Sorry about that.
Bye-bye, Baron Geddon. Oh, I'm a bastard. I'm such a bastard, and I'm not sorry. Okay. Raid Leader.
Handle it.
Many whelps, handle it. Stranglethorn Tiger.
I shall bring you rest.
What have you got? You've got 2 cards, and I get a dream. What does that do again? Oh, return a minion to its owner's hand. Yeah. So you're screwed, mate. I'm sorry. Execute, okay. But I don't think it really matters at this stage. Because 7... Oh, okay, yeah, it definitely doesn't matter at this stage. That gives me the game. Raid Leader, Petition's Blade. And because it's a combo, I do 2 damage. And that's game. Oh! They surrender. Oh, rogues are cruel, good viewer. Rogues are cruel. Ooh! Win 2 games with Rogue or Warrior. 40 gold, I will happily take that. Oh! Oh dear. That Baron Geddon was their last hope. That was a last-ditch play, and I just killed it. Oh man, that's why Ysera is so good, man. Ysera is so good, because it can just give you... It's so versatile. You know, those dream cards, you can get high-powered removal, you can get single target removal for free in Dream, you can get an Emerald Drake, I believe, which is a pretty powerful creature. You can also get a Laughing Sister, which is like a more powerful fairy dragon. There are probably some other cards that I'm not remembering, but Ysera, man, is just one of the best legendaries in the game. Because it just keeps giving you these awesome cards, because I don't think there's not really a bad dream card, if you ask me. They're all useful for some reason or another, and 412, very hard to get rid of. So, but enough of Ysera discussion, good viewer. Onwards. Would help if I clicked the mouse with as dramatically as that, if I actually did click the mouse. Shh. And we are in pretty quickly for this one. What do we get?
Valir versus Gul'dan.
And a Warlock. Okay, interesting.
Your soul shall be mine.
Watch
Your soul shall be mine. One life tap. Two Ysera. I don't know what I'm doing. Okay, Silverman Guardian and Ysera are getting rid of. Much as I love you, Dragon Baby, you're not good as a turn 1 play. Cold-blooded Novice Engineer, okay. Well, nothing I can do there. Go on, play a Flame Imp. I dare you to play a Flame Imp. No, it's not a Flame Imp. It is instead a Gold Chair Footman. Nowhere near as dramatic. Oh, it's a Flame Imp! You'll get right on it. Yes, you will, because you're dead! Free damage, good viewer, always a good thing. And Novice Engineer.
Hope you like my invention.
I think that against a Warlock, that's not a bad play at all. Getting rid of that. Ooh, a Blood Imp. Blood Imp is not good. That is not good in the slightest. However, it is turn 3. And since this is the only way I'm going to be able to get rid of this Blood Imp, I'm doing just that. Unfortunately, it means that, you know, they don't lose their health buff at all, but
If you're sure.
they are just left on their same amount of health. But that's the only way to get rid of Blood Imps, and I can't let it stay there. Emperor Cobra, okay. I am going to have to get rid of that Cobra. How can I get rid of that Cobra? I don't know. Only thing I can play at the moment is Stranglethorn is Silvermoon Guardian, rather. I don't really have anything that can get rid of it at this stage. I have no backstab, I have... Excuse me, I don't really have anything. The only other thing I can do this turn is to dagger, and then to get rid of the Voodoo Doctor, which I don't want to do. No, don't have much choice.
Shall not fall.
That's what is annoying about the Emperor Cobra. Unless you have a spell to get rid of it straight away, there's nothing you can do. What are you playing? It's Defender of Argus, isn't it? Or Sun Fury Protector. Not that that really matters at this stage.
Your magic shall
Okay,
not
Spellbreaker. Yep. Completely reasonable play there. Okay. I don't really have board control at this stage, but that's fine. That's fine, because at this stage we play the Gurubashi Berserker. You've burnt all quite a few of your cards already. And I have a Gurubashi Berserker. Yeah, you're life tapping, you don't have anything. Another Flame Imp, okay. What? You're not going for my... I'm shocked. Right. Okay. What can I play here? I could go Tiger Cold Blood. That would be nasty. That would be very nasty indeed. Give it +4 attack, and then once it gets damaged, it would give it plus... yeah, a lot of attack. What's the math on that? +7 attack, so it would be a 9 something or other, which would be nasty indeed. But I don't want to do that yet. No, because it's going to enrage regardless, so let's not give the... Oh, I'm an idiot. I wanted to dagger so I could get rid of that. Bugger. Oh well, let's get rid of the Flame Imp. And I suppose the Spellbreaker can trade for it, but still, a 2-for-1 is not a bad deal. Not with a Gurubashi Berserker. And, let's face it, good viewer, it's not the only nasty creature in my deck. Or both. Okay, yeah, that's an obvious play. Cult Master is a good play there. And another life tap, okay. This Warlock has done quite a bit of damage to me, so I do need to start getting my board back under control. How am I going to do that? I could Questing Adventurer. I could very easily do that. 3, 2... Yeah, let's do that. Let's Questing Adventurer.
give me a quest.
Then let's Direwolf Alpha. Then let's hit the Voodoo Doctor. and hit the Cult Master. And I'm an idiot, I should have hit the Cult Master first. That's why you need to think about what you're doing, good viewer. And not give your opponent card advantage. But oh well, you live and learn. And that Wild Pyromancer was very much in the distance. Ooh, that's nasty. That's a board clear. But that was a mistake, because I don't think they meant to do that. Okay. What can I do here? I can sprint, and next turn I can play Ysera. 4 cards is not too shabby in the slightest. You know what? I could Young Priestess as well. Oh, and I get the Mountain Giant, of course. Which will be very cheap next turn.
Here we go.
Yes, admittedly it can't do anything, it can't buff anything, but it does get something on the board, so... But I do have to be careful.
I hope you like my
I do have to be careful because I'm getting pretty low on health. Drain life, okay. And another Flame Whip. I'll get right on it. Okay, that's 4 damage they have on the board. That's survivable. I have 9 mana. What do I want to do? I can Mountain Giant. I can Mountain Giant and something else. I can Mountain Giant Silvermoon Guardian. I could Ysera. Let's Ysera. Let's give them something big and nasty to worry about.
I dream and the world trembles.
What do I get? Emerald Drake, a 7/6. Yeah, see, a 7/6 for 4. That's brilliant. This is why I love Ysera, and you've got to do something about that. You can't not do something about that. Another Flame Imp, good grief. Ooh, and a Core Hound. That is not good. Okay. I have to deal with that or I'm dead next turn. Okay, let's see. Okay, let's Fan of Knives. Okay, let's Cold Blood. Let's then... Screw it, let's Mountain Giant. Yeah, there wasn't any way that I was going to be able to hit him in 1 turn, was there? So...
I shall breathe.
Oh, this is going to be close. Oh, I think I might have made a mistake. Yeah, I made a mistake. Because they've got direct damage. 3, 3, 1. Soulfire! God damn it! Ah, no, not that it would have made a difference. Oh, that's annoying. That's so annoying. I had that. Damn it, I had that. Son of a bitch. I had all the cards I needed. I had... Ah! But if you can't play them, they just had... Ah! So annoying. So... Oh, that's frustrating. Oh well. You live and learn. Such is the nature of things. Sometimes you can do everything right and still not win. I just didn't have the taunt. If I had had my Sunwalker, if I had had Ysera, well, even if I had had Ysera Awakens, it probably wouldn't have done anything. That Core Hound, it forced me to act. And had I had more monsters on the field, I would have been able to clear them. That's probably what I should have done. Oh well. That's what happens, good viewer. That is what happens. And that's very annoying. Shows you what board presence can do. But we still have 1 life remaining. Before, we've still got 1 more loss before we then can't lose again. It's late, good viewer. I should really go to bed. And I am going to bed at this point. No more arena for me tonight. We'll just have to try again tomorrow night. Gee, Skyrider, what are we going to do tomorrow night? The same thing we do every night, Tinky. Try to get our show back on the air. The journey to 12 continues, ladies and gentlemen. And ladies and gentlemen, this has been the Skyrider. Farewell until we meet again.